Hookup culture and mental health. Here's where we get juicy. An individual history of hookup behavior has been associated with a variety of mental health factors. Oh my God. Oh my, wait a minute. You're telling me that on International Women's Day, it's not okay for women to go out there and get pumped and dumped, to get fucked and thrown back out to the streets with the garbage. This is bad for women? This is bad for women? Oh my God. Somebody call CNN. We've got a breaking story. In a study of 394 young adults followed across a university semester, those with more depressive symptoms and greater feelings of loneliness who engaged in penetrative sex hookups subsequently reported a reduction in both depressive symptoms and feelings of loneliness. Okay? So it looks like it says that they were feeling depressed and lonely, and then after they hooked up, they felt a little less depressed and lonely. I'll tell you why. Because they fucked somebody, they got a little close, the body started getting like, okay, like this is normal, like we were actually with a human, we're with somebody, and then they feel a little bit better, oxytocin, vasopressin, all that shit, and then what happens, they go away, and then those feelings fade away, and then the depression shit returns, okay? And that becomes like a drug, because women will use sex for affection, they'll use it for attention, they'll use it not to feel lonely, they'll use it not to feel depressed. So many girls think the solution to their problem is at the end of another dick. And they keep going and fucking and fucking and fucking, all right? And all they're doing is lowering their value, lowering their value, lowering their value. Just going down and down and down and down. At the same time, participants who reported fewer depressive symptoms and fewer feelings of loneliness who engaged in penetrative hookups subsequently reported an increase in both depressive symptoms and feelings of loneliness. You see? So what it's saying is mentally unhealthy people have depression and feelings of loneliness. They engage in hookups. They feel a little bit better. Why? Because they get some closeness. That's the bottom line. And people who didn't have depression and didn't have loneliness, their baseline were healthier before, they engaged in this hookup culture shit and they felt shittier about themselves. Because people who are typically involved in hookup culture, they're not very mentally well off, okay? For me, I was just out there having a good old sexual time, right? But the average person involved in that hookup culture, because guys who are involved in hookup culture, these losers are taking girls on 2 and 3 and 4 dates before they make a move, okay? Big Daddy MLD is pulling the trigger on date 1, okay? Date 1, date 2 max, right? And I'm getting that pussy. So what we have here is an example of this being a mentally unhealthy thing that goes on. Like, for example, dude, any dating app, right? Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, all this, that is just a mental asylum of medical waste receptacles. That's all I look at. It's a bunch of crazy women that I could fucking pump my cum into and send them back out to the wild and let some other guy deal with them. That's the majority of those girls, like a staggering majority. Because I talked about it yesterday. Think about how easy it is to catch you as a man. What are the requirements? Number 1, just don't be fat. Number 2, don't be so fucking annoying. Number 3, let's have sex. Number 4, cook and clean for me once in a while. That's it. Congratulations, you're a girlfriend. And these girls in dating apps can't even do that. The more I've done inner game work and the more I've done research on mental disease and mental unhealthiness, the more when I look on dating apps and I see girls involved in hookup culture, the more I'm like, damn, these bitches are mentally fucking sick. They are mentally fucking sick. It just becomes clear as day. Come on, guys. 1 in the chat if you've been on a Tinder, Bumble date, or Hinge date with more than 5 crazy bitches. 1 in the chat if you've been on a Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, any kind of online dating with more than 5 crazy bitches. Please let me know. Because I want to know. There you go. Dev C with the 1. Ridoku 1. Brandon LeBlanc 1, El Tal 1111, Commando 1, A Boogie 1, MGTOW by Logic 1, Harry Zikos 1, Adamus 1. Okay? I'll throw my 1 in the chat. Okay? I have listen, I have an encyclopedia of crazy bitches I've met off fucking dating apps. And that's what it is. It's a digital mental asylum. That's really what it is. I mean, you read some of these psychotic girls' profiles, and it's no wonder. It's no wonder whatsoever.